If you work on a line, in a warehouse, on a job site, or in an energy-adjacent crew, the economy isn't a headline. It's your hours. It's whether overtime shows up. It's whether your start date is firm or keeps moving.
And if you're hiring, the economy shows up as, why are we still short on second shift? Or, why did we finally get people to accept and then lose them in week 1?
Today we're doing a workforce pulse check. What's true in the data? What's true on the floor? And what both workers and employers can do this week to make better decisions.
This episode draws on the latest available national labor data as of mid to late February 2026, offering a current snapshot grounded in the numbers rather than speculation.
We're grounding this conversation in real life because every chart represents people, a missed rent payment, a delayed shipment, a team stretched too thin.
The latest national jobs report showed payroll jobs increased by 130,000 in January. Unemployment held near the mid-4s, 4.3%. Participation stayed around 62.5%.
Here's why that matters. When participation isn't rising, you don't suddenly get a flood of new workers. So employers can't assume it'll get easy. It might get a little easier in some roles, but it's still competitive for reliability.
Wages also keep moving. Average hourly earnings are up year over year. That doesn't mean every site raised rates, but it does mean workers keep comparing offers because they know the market still pays for reliability.
Now the demand signal behind the scenes, job openings. The latest job openings and labor turnover summary data show total openings around 6.5 million. That's down from a year earlier.
Which changes the feel of the market. When openings cool, employers become more selective, hiring loops slow down, screening gets tighter, and the margin for day one mistakes gets smaller because replacements cost more time.
So if you're an employer, this is the market to win by being the easiest yes for a good worker. Clear offer, clean onboarding, predictable schedule, correct pay. And if you're a job seeker, this is the market to win by being predictable. Show up, communicate early, and choose the offer that protects your hours and pay.
Let's go industry by industry, starting with manufacturing.
Manufacturing is sending mixed signals in a useful way. One big manufacturing index moved back into expansion territory in January. That suggests orders and production may be improving.
But manufacturing employment in that same survey stayed below the hiring up line. Translation: manufacturers may be producing more without rushing to hire.
And that is exactly where staffing strategies matter. If manufacturing is cautious, employers often lean on cross-training, predictable overtime, and prove-it pipelines like Temp To Hire.
Employers, if you're manufacturing, your retention advantage is the first week. Day one readiness, clear work instructions, supervisors who check in early. Workers, if you want stability, manufacturing can be a strong bet when orders improve, but reliability matters more now. Good attendance and safety habits show up quickly, and they turn into better shifts and better opportunities.
Here's a short worker clip, scripted, but based on what we hear all the time. I don't need easy work. I need predictable work. Tell me the real shift, the real overtime, and make sure the paycheck is right. I'll do my part, but I'm not gambling with my bills.
Now logistics and light industrial, warehouse, shipping, receiving, forklift, production support.
Here's what we're seeing. Logistics is still hiring, but some parts of transportation and warehousing posted job declines in the latest month.
At the same time, job openings remain meaningful, so the story is not no jobs, it's fewer extra seats. That's when reliability standards rise.
Employers, the quickest win is reducing avoidable churn. That means stop changing start times the night before, make the day one process simple, and don't let pay problems sit. Workers, ask the schedule questions up front. What time does the shift start? Where do you park? What entrance do you use? How often does overtime happen? And how will schedule changes be communicated?
And for light industrial specifically, remember it's a mixed category. Some work sites operate more like manufacturing, others more like warehousing, so your day-to-day experience often depends less on the job title and more on the site leadership and how the operation is run.
Now let's look at skilled trades. A reliable national gauge here is overall construction and specialty trades activity.
Construction added jobs in the latest month, and job openings in construction are still substantial. That supports what most staffing leaders know: trades-ready talent is still hard to replace.
Employer message: if you need welders, maintenance techs, industrial electricians, or highly capable operators, you can't slow play offers. The best people have options. Worker message: if you have credentials, use your leverage wisely. Choose the site that is safe, predictable, and organized, not just the one that promises a high number without clear rules.
Because a bad trades job can burn you out fast, and a good one can turn into a career.
Next up, we'll turn to energy and energy-related roles.
Energy hiring is often selective, and it's tied to price, production plans, and project schedules. The latest energy outlook expects oil prices to soften in 2026, even as U.S. production stays very high and natural gas has been volatile this winter.
Employer takeaway: when volatility is high, you protect reliability, safety performance, credentialed workers, and crews that can execute without rework. Worker takeaway: energy jobs can be great, but ask the duration question. Is it a project, a turnaround, permanent? And get overtime and travel rules in writing through your recruiter.
Now, let's turn this into a playbook.
Employers and staffing leaders, here are 5 moves that fit this market.
1. Simplify offers. Rate, shift, payday, overtime rules, time card cutoff, site entry details, PPE expectations. If it takes 5 minutes to explain, it's too complex.
2. Treat day 1 like production. Every start should have access ready, PPE ready, workstation ready, a named person to greet the worker, and a clear first-hour plan.
3. Run Temp To Hire like a real pathway. Say what success looks like: attendance, safety, performance, and who decides conversion and when.
4. Establish a consistent supervisor check-in cadence: day 1, day 3, and day 7. Early follow-ups help surface concerns quickly and keep small issues from turning into turnover.
5. Pay reliability drives retention. Track pay accuracy and resolution time for payroll issues on your weekly scoreboard, because one bad paycheck can undo weeks of strong recruiting.
Here's a short client clip. Scripted. We used to blame staffing for turnover. Then we mapped our first week. Badges weren't ready, supervisors weren't expecting people, and pay questions had no owner. We fixed the handoffs, and retention improved because the job finally matched the promise.
Now the scoreboard. If you track only 6 things, track these: time to fill, day 1 show rate, first week retention, 30-day retention, pay accuracy, pay issue resolution time.
Those numbers tell you whether you're building capacity or renting it.
Workers, here's your quick playbook.
Choose predictable. Confirm payday, overtime rules, time card cutoff. Confirm the exact start time and where you park. Ask who you report to. If those answers are fuzzy, the job will probably be fuzzy too.
Communicate early. Confirm your start. If you have a problem, tell your supervisor before shift start and give your next availability. That's how you stay at the top of the call list.
And remember, you're not only choosing a job, you're choosing a process. A good process protects your paycheck.
Thanks for listening to Workers.com Staffing Pulse. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. Until next time.